Good morning. I'm John Newenberg with W5 Coaching, and this morning we're talking with Mark Bossert of Top Local Lead Generation. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
So the question we have in mind for you this morning is, once one of your clients or prospects starts a lead generation program with you, how long will it take before they can expect to start getting some leads?
Sure, and this is a really common question that most clients are very focused on.
Yeah, of course, with good reason.
Yeah, and it really depends on which strategy. So as we dig into understanding their goals, their company, how they've gotten leads in the past, we try and determine what the best path is for them. So often that could be like Facebook ad campaign. And in that case, a Facebook campaign can be driving leads for them inside of a week, as fast as within a couple days, actually, or a day. Just depends on the service and the offer and how well they understand their market. For the long term, if they're looking for something where they get even further qualified leads, if they want something where they're really concerned about the quality of the leads that they're getting, the inquiries they're getting, then it becomes more of an inbound campaign where we're using different techniques to create content that's relevant, that will actually establish them as an expert, as the expert in their area, so that they're the only choice for people to use. And when that takes place, then that can take a while. That can take 3 to 6 months for that to really blossom, and for there to be a regular inquiry rate of 4 to 8 to 12 leads per week for the business. So that's the short answer.
Yeah, you've made me think of a common bit of wisdom, which is that when thinking about marketing, it's strategy before tactics. What's your big picture? What are you trying to accomplish? Who's your target market? Work all of that out before you decide which tactics you're going to use to try to attract leads for your business.
Yeah, and that's something that we actually emphasize with customers. I've turned customers away pretty much every week who, not on purpose, but because I say, they just come to me and say they want Facebook ads. They want to run a Facebook ad campaign. Well, okay, here, I ask them the strategic questions and they don't have an answer. I said, well, you're not ready. I'm not going to take your money and waste it until you're ready. So here's the path to follow to get ready. And then you can start the campaign. It's kind of similar to selling your business.
Yeah, it's a bit off-putting to business owners to hear what you've just said. They want leads, they want them now. And this notion of working out your strategy, if you haven't done that in advance, then it's a bit painful to go through that exercise of working out your strategy, because in that entire time you're still need to get some leads. So what do you tell prospects about how to handle that?
Well, it's a function of what can they devote in terms of any business owner. Let me backtrack. Any business owner is an expert on his business. He has more information about his history, who he's dealt with, who have been his best customers, what customers he wants to focus on than anyone else in the world. So he's an expert on his business. He might not know it or trust it, but that's a fact. So it's a case of him using a bit of a process, which we have. We basically email them a set of questions to follow that will make it pretty obvious if they work through it. And it's a question of how fast can they do that. Then we have a bit of a landing path defined for us to then go, okay, well, here's the next step. Here's what we do next to drive this process forward and start getting you leads, ASAP.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, Mark. Well, today we've been talking with Mark Bossert of Top Local Lead Generation and talking about what's the best way to design your marketing plan to get you the leads and clients that you're looking for. If you want some help with your lead generation program, give Mark Bossert. You see the phone number there. Or go to toplocalleadgen.com. Is that correct?
Toplocalrankings.com for now. We'll launch our new site in a few, probably in a week or so.
Okay, pardon me. Toplocalrankings.com. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, John.